Hey folks, it's Kiyarash and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to go over ledgetrapping and edgeguarding with Luigi, the concept of ledgetrapping and edgeguarding, and how to pull it off with Luigi. As you folks know, ledgetrapping and edgeguarding is a crucial thing to smash and is a big part of advantage phase. And today I'm going to show you how to pull it off with Luigi as well as go over what there is to know about ledgetrapping and edgeguarding. So before I go over how to have a good ledgetrap and edgeguard with Luigi, let's first talk about how to have a good ledgetrap universally first. So ledgetrap is basically about adapting to your opponent's options and timings and adjusting to their options. So when somebody, for instance, does not jump from ledge, then you should try to instead cover neutral getup or roll. Top players will keep this in mind. However, there's also a couple of things they do keep in mind. And one thing they keep in mind, I will go over three things they keep in mind. They keep conditioning in mind, safety, and timing / reaction, which I will obviously demonstrate later on too. So when it comes to conditioning, they basically try to make the opponent move from ledge based off of their timing while covering an option. It is important that when you ledge trap, you always cover something, whether it's like holding shield and when you see a roll, you've covered roll with up smash, or like you do a, let's say, let me throw him off stage here. Beautiful. I do forward air to cover jump right there. Because it is really hard to always keep your ledge trap reactionary, it is nice to cover something, and then once you have conditioned your opponent to move, like for instance, if I do down tilt as Luigi, I know my opponent does not want to get hit by another down tilt, and again, this falls into the opponent's habits. They don't want to get hit by Luigi down tilt when I'm spamming, so they're going to pick an option quickly to avoid that. So if I do down tilt, I can be ready for an option like get up attack right here. Down tilt, he got hit, okay, we're back in ledge trap, down tilt. He doesn't want to get hit by down tilt, so he rolls, but I'm too late on that. So conditioning is one part, making your opponent move, depending on what you do. Another one is keeping your ledge trap safe. This is basically, for instance, instead of doing just this, run up and charge up smash like over here like this. This is doo-doo as fuck. Like run over here and do a committal thing. You never want to overextend when it comes to ledge trapping. All right, you want to keep it nice and safe, and make sure you are still in advantage. So what are some things you can do? You want to basically do down tilt and then go back to roll distance. This little area is what I call repositioning. Rehan came up with it actually. Repositioning is where you essentially stand here at roll distance. Even if your opponent is not holding onto ledge, this area right here is still classified as ledge trap. Because you have stage control, all of this space right here belongs to you. So you are essentially still in advantage phase and thus in a ledge trap stage. Your opponent's standing in the corner, you are standing at repositioning area. Repositioning could definitely help with safe ledge trap because you are not taking risks by being closer here. You're essentially here and you're focused on spacing. Let's say I'm right here, I can do Zair, right? I do one down tilt, then back off at roll distance, and then I ledge trap from here. Repositioning. See, at roll distance, Luigi can do this very well. And then see, I did down air and then drifted back to roll distance, where I can just do my other things. I can grab or whatever. A couple of things you could do is you could shield, and if your opponent is dumb enough, while you're holding shield, you could just up smash. You could obviously react to their jump. You could do a few things when you're repositioned, which brings me to number 3 of things you could do when ledge trapping. Other than keeping it safe, like drift back option, like you're not overextending, you're staying here at repositioning, not overextending at all, just, you know, spacing back or whatever. So there's repositioning as safety, and there's also conditioning. There's also reacting, obviously. You need to obviously be good at reacting. Now, the only ledge option in this game that is not reactable is jump getup. You can see many players stand right here with shield and then they react to a neutral get up with grab, or they react with jump with up air. They react to roll with like a grab, get up attack with a grab. See, I will go over this later, but because Luigi's not really a character you could shield grab because it's very slow startup, I will tell you how to deal with those. But many players, they're gonna like, let's actually go Mario real quick. So when it comes to reacting, they're gonna stand right here and then be ready to pick an option. Get up attack, grab. If they neutral get up, then it's gonna be grab. So like, I will do neutral get up only just so it's easier for you folks to see what is happening here. Ledge options, I have all of them selected too. So roll, jump, get up attack. So if they do neutral get up, it's a grab. The thing is, it's going to be difficult for Luigi to do that unless if you have like perfect reaction timing. Usually like you see players just grab neutral get up in reaction. So again, 3 things: conditioning, safety, and reactionary. Alright, now let's go over how to condition Ledgetrap safely and react properly with Luigi. So, as I've mentioned before, let's go over conditioning first. So, as I've mentioned before, Luigi can condition with down tilt to force an option based off of my choosing. So, if I'm down tilting right here, I know he doesn't want to get hit by it consistently. So, I'm going to be ready to do an attack after if I know that the ledge invincibility is going to run out. And a good info to have is the higher percent your opponent is at, the less ledge invincibility they will have. So like if I set them to... So if he's at 12%, boom, that's a lot of ledge invincibility right there compared to when he's at, let's say 110. See, like it's right there. It's instant. He doesn't have time. So using this to your advantage, you do one down tilt, and then be ready to react, because you know if he doesn't want to get hit by down tilt, right? So you could just do one down tilt and then be ready to catch their option based off of your conditioning. So down tilt is one way. Another way I like to do is, I see top players do this all the time with Cloud or Wolf. Essentially what they'll do is they're gonna throw out a back air. When they're right here, they'll throw out a back air right here when they're holding onto ledge. So Cloud will do this, Wolf will do that. You know, they're going to do this back here. They don't do this. They do this back here not to hit you. They are kind of doing it as a coverage. So like in case you jump. So like if it hits, it hits. Right? But that's not their main intention. They do this to make you move. Again, conditioning. This is kind of a safe thing to do. If you throw out a back air like this, you can catch jump or neutral get up, or you force them to move. So if I'm doing this back air, and then I can wait for an option afterwards, or I can like keep pressuring them by keep down tilting them. Another way to condition, obviously, which is a good one, I really like this one, is by Zair. So think of Zair as Robin Arc Thunder. When you plant a Zair, okay, I'll actually do this in slow motion. Let's put this in slow-mo. I'll show you guys. So if he's grabbing ledge, and I plant a Zair right here, okay? Think of this as like a kind of Arc Thunder, or excuse me, Arc Fire. If this Zair, let me actually set him to wait, so instead of neutral gap, so you guys can see. So if I put this Zair down, okay, then that's also gonna again force him to pick an option. So this is going down, okay? And it's he still has invincibility, right? It's gonna go through him completely. Once it goes through him completely, then you can be like, okay, he thinks, I think I'm safe, right? I did not get hit by the Zair, so now I can pick an option. A real player here, if they'd be like, okay, the Zair just went right through him, they're gonna pick like an option afterwards. But because I have him set to wait, he's gonna keep waiting. So let's pretend like, let's do this. So Zair, he picks an option to either not get hit by the Zair, or the Zair has already gone past him. And then I fucked up. So you do the Zair, he picks an option, and then you react to your specific conditioning timing that you forced because of the Zair. So that's one way to do it. You throw down a Zair and then you get ready to react. And if you feel comfortable, you could throw out like another Zair here and another Zair here. Like one thing I see Luigi and Raru do is they'll just keep doing this. Which works. You can do this. This is a joke. This is the best Ledgetrapping tool in the game. Bruh. So when you do that, I'm gonna be ready to react to something else. So Zair, you get up attack, boom. Now I'm back in advantage. Zair, Zair, Zair. Catch his neutral get up. Zair, Zair. Parry that time, but yeah. So you could do Zair to force something from your opponent. So these are some good ways to try to condition your opponent to pick off an option from the ledge as you like, and then be ready to react to that. Okay, so now let's go over safety in Ledgetrapping. So we went over conditioning. It's also very important to stay safe. Ways to stay safe is, like I said, obviously through repositioning. If you hold your shield at roll distance, then that's a safe. You're basically like keeping your Ledgetrap safe. And it also applies pressure to your opponent, because not only does Luigi have a good out of shield option, but they're not gonna like run up and dash. If they're ballsy, they're gonna be like, oh, they're most likely not gonna run up and dash grab, you know. And like when you're shielding like this, you have all this space to yourself. You're making, like, if they land on your shield with like Game & Watch backer, you can up B them. You can Zair right here at this distance, down tilt here, then go back over here, and then do back air here. You're essentially spacing and using you're spacing your moves, and you're staying safe. And you could use movement too, like one down tilt here and then go back to roll distance. The concept of repositioning is prioritizing taking a few steps back from your opponent and still being in Ledgetrap, which is under this platform right here, like little, just roll distance. So if you're here, you could still Ledgetrap. Down tilt here and then back to over here. And then he get up attack, I react with dash tag. Down tilt here, get back over to repositioning and do Zair. He's here, let's shield here, back at repositioning. And you only do this repositioning when like they're already at neutral get up distance, when they've already picked an option. If they're here, then repositioning is good. But then, and also, it's very important to realize when your Ledgetrap is failing. Like, if you know that, like, Game & Watch is going to do the thing. Let's actually send him to this. If you know Game & Watch, knowing Game & Watch as a character, he is very good at reversals. Because he can neutral get up and up B. And that has a huge hitbox. Where the fuck is up B? Okay, so he does neutral get up. We need to neutral get up B. There we go. So, knowing he can do that, knowing Mr. Game & Watch can do that, it's best not to Ledgetrap up close. The concept of Ledgetrapping also has to do with understanding what your opponent's character can do. If they have the ability to fucking neutral get up and up B, then spamming down tilt is not going to help most of the time. It's a 50-50. Most of the time, it's not going to work out the way you want it to. I just lost like many times in a row. So when your opponent has grabbed ledge, then you know, alright, back at repositioning. Let's get the fuck over here. So I'm safe from Mr. Game & Watch up B, and I can still ledge trap. He grabbed ledge. Okay, let's back off before we get hit by up B, and then bam. Boom. Shield here. Call out the neutral get up B. Shield. Jump back at repositioning. And then boom. Fair here, reposition. And then back here, back at repositioning. But he's off stage though. If he's off stage, then I can just keep Ledgetrapping with Zair or down tilt before he grabs ledge. The concept of Ledgetrapping also has to do, so now that we went over repositioning, let's talk about reaction and timing, I guess. So reaction will come naturally, but Ledgetrapping is also about timing. When I see Luigi players do this, they're always like spamming down tilt. Down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt. This is good only if you have the intention of conditioning your opponent to pick an option of your choosing. Or if you have a feeling that they're going to hold on to ledge. So like, let's say he holds on to ledge, okay? I have a feeling like, okay, he's holding on to ledge and he got hit. Come on, get back in there, please. Be nice to me. Okay, he's not fucking cooperating. So let's say I'm down something here, and I hit him. I have a feeling that he's gonna pick an option sooner next time if he... because he saw me do down tilt here and he got hit by the first one, then it's all mind game at that point. Like, he's conditioned to pick an option sooner if he sees you do 3 down tilt. So you do 3 down tilt, back off at reposition, and then be ready to react. So that comes naturally, right? But timing also comes from this. So let's put him off stage. Some characters are easier to... By timing, I mean 2-frame. And some characters are easier to 2-frame than others. So we're going to need a hot Mr. Game & Watch to go down here. So let me... This is timing, right? You don't want to keep spamming down tilt when they're off stage. You want to try to time a down tilt, do 1, and try to 2-frame him. Game & Watch is very easy to... Why isn't he getting 2-frame, actually? You want to essentially stand here when they're off stage. You don't have to worry about repositioning just yet. You just want to... Actually, let me see this. Can you... Wait, what? Why is this not...
2 hours later.
There you go. Okay, fine. A fucking lead. So, you don't need to reposition just yet if they're off stage. You could just simply try to 2-frame them with down tilt. Now, the thing is, you cannot do this with every character. Some characters simply will just not be 2-framed. Rosalina up B, for instance, or Pac-Man up B. Most people are going to just like keep trying to 2-frame them with down tilt. It's not going to hit. And for some characters, you have to actually stay, you have to kind of position yourself a little better when you're trying to down tilt them. What do I mean by this? Mr. Game & Watch, I have to stand right here at ledge hang. You see how I have to like kind of balance myself, this animation? I have to do this to hit him with down tilt. But for some other characters, I could simply just back off a little bit. Instead of being here, I could simply go back and do down tilt here. Right here is where I gotta do down tilt. You gotta... This takes practice and labbing, of course, but you gotta see where the right 2-frame spot for each character is. Like, I've played the Luigi Ditto constantly, and I know that the 2-frame spot for Luigi is right here. So you do it here. Not here. You do it here. Okay? So when they're off stage, you want to try to time your down tilt. You could also throw out some Zairs too, if you feel that's gonna like make them move faster. So Zair. Zair. He moved. Down throw up. That's the concept of... That's timing when it comes to the concept of Ledgetrap. You 2-frame the down tilt. I'm gonna also like show you guys like what to do when you cannot 2-frame them with down tilt. When you can't 2-frame them with down tilt, then it goes back to... It goes to either edge guarding or it goes to Ledgetrapping all over again. So let's take Pac-Man as an example. Now, you can 2-frame Pac-Man's side B with down tilt, but you cannot 2-frame his up B, apparently. I will demonstrate why that is. Okay. So, boom, that's... He gets hit. But let's play in slow-mo. So that's 2-frameable. But this is not. Let's also turn this on. So watch. So boom, he up Bs. 1, 2. This is not 2-frameable. You cannot hit him with down tilt. You cannot hit him with down tilt when he's up being, because like it's just not going to hit. There's like your down tilt's not going to reach him. Boom, that's not going to reach. However, I think I'm pretty sure Zair will. So if you Zair, so boom, Zair. See, Zair right there can 2-frame. Even though he didn't up B, you could see him do his ledge animation, ledge trying to grab ledge, and Zair could give you time to 2-frame. Which actually brings me to Edgeguarding here. So you can Edgeguard if you are playing a character, Ledgetrapping a character that is not able to be 2-framed by down tilt. You can throw out a Zair. But you have to obviously time the Zair. You can't just do it preemptively. You throw out the Zair, and then he gets hit, and then that's downer right there. Zair into downer is a follow-up. So he's gonna get hit by Zair into forwarder, and then back at Ledgetrap. So boom, Zair right there, and then you could hit him with like another attack, like Zair into there, because as you can see, you're essentially throwing out 2 hitboxes right here. Zair into downer, Zair into forward air, Zair into back air. So you could do this with characters like Roy. You throw out a Zair and then you go off stage and then just hit them while the Zair is planted. Zair into down tilt can work too. Boom, I hit his up B. And then we're back at Ledgetrap, so I covered that with Zair. Like I said, reposition Zair, and then it combos into back air in reaction. Catches neutral get up. So, like I said, if you cannot Ledgetrap, if you cannot 2-frame someone, best thing to do is either reposition, keep down tilting if you feel like they're gonna hold on to ledge, if they're being doo-doo, or you try to, you know, condition them. Boom, Zair here, bam. Zair combos into fair, he's dead. So Zair, 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 bam. So yeah, you just obviously Ledgetrap like this, like throw out hitboxes to condition them, like to catch jump. Like I said, wolf back air, fair, and then Zair over here off stage. The Zair off stage, like to hit them and then into another aerial to combo, or to keep extending your advantage rates, or to potentially kill them. Here's an example on how to Ledgetrap as Luigi at higher percent at 153, for instance, applying the 3 basic fundamentals, which are conditioning, safety, and reactionary. So I'll do this in slow motion first, and then I'll do it at normal speed. So conditioning comes from doing 1 down tilt and then down air. Okay, so down tilt, and then let's say we do down air to cover jump, and then this is safe. The downer is safe because we're doing it as like a drift back, and then we react to their option with cyclone. So fair, Zair, excuse me, so fair, down air, and then react with cyclone. Down tilt to make him move, and then react to the roll with cyclone. Let's do this at normal speed. So fair, excuse me, fair to cover jump, fair to cover jump, and then fair, nair, and then cyclone in reaction. See how I caught the get up attack with cyclone? So down air, and then apparently this doesn't work on jump get up though, but it works on neutral get up attack, and roll. So I'm kind of fumbling right now, so let me just turn off jump actually. So down tilt, okay, he's off stage. Down tilt, cyclone. Down tilt, cyclone. Fair, fast fall, cyclone. You see, notice how I do the cyclone instantly and not in reaction. He's not gonna get hit by it. Like I'm doing cyclone out of panic, I'm gonna lose. So I have to actually really time it. So down air, cyclone. As soon as I saw him do the roll, down tilt into cyclone. Back air or nair into cyclone. Zair. And then you can also do this with Zair. So Zair, condition, cyclone. Boom. So cyclone is great to use at higher percents. It covers everything except jump. So it can be useful to do at a higher percent, of course. Once you have conditioned your opponent, once you've done something safe, whether it's like a drift back aerial or 1 down tilt instead of like 4, or spamming it, and then reacting to the option with cyclone. So one thing I do want to mention, all right, is that I mentioned before that Ledgetrapping could also be about feeling what your opponent likes to do, okay, and being ready to cover that or react to that. When you feel your opponent is going to do something, you will be more ready to cover that option. And this comes from understanding what your opponent likes to do and what their habits are, as mentioned at the start of the video. You have to see what their habits are and what options they like the most and what timings. I'll give you an example. You'll see MK fucking Leo being like, oh, he's gonna like charge F smash at roll distance. He charges a smash attack right here, and it's gonna hit their opponent. And when he does that, people be like, what? MK Leo's the best Ledgetrapper in the world, when all he's doing is charging a fucking forward smash at the corner at roll distance. Why does it work though is the question. Why is this brilliant in people's eyes? Well, it's brilliant because not only is in their opponent's heads, but also he knows what option they're going to do. Right? If he knows that the opponent likes to just neutral get up or jump, then he's gonna just like release it. He's gonna just hit them, like, because he knows they're not. MKLeo is like, yeah, you're nothing to me, so I'm just gonna like hit this and pressure you and scare you, and I know it's gonna hit. However, this is not something that should be relied upon. This is only a mix-up, thus I will not put it at the summary in the later video. This is something that is like a feel, like in case you folks were wondering how is this even possible, or like what if somebody just charges a smash attack at the ledge. Well, they do this because they either figured out your options at the ledge, they know what you like to do, or you're being too predictable with your timings, or they're just in your head and they got momentum going. So this is one thing I wanted to point out, like the MKLeo forward smash at roll distance. Okay, now let's go over edge guarding. So Luigi, due to having quick frame data with his forward airs, he is able to hit people very easily. Although he doesn't have the range, but he does have the fast frame data to make up for it. He can go off stage and hit someone quickly and then make it back. He can also edge guard with Zair, as we've mentioned earlier. So like if I do Zair here, has to be off stage. Zair into forward air, he's dead. Zair, fair, boom. I don't know why he air dodges though. That's the stupid part. So if you want to edge guard someone, you can't just do it all the time, or when they still have too many options. Like let's say, or like when they're too close. Let's say, so here Roy still has his jump, and he still has an up B. Obviously, I could do this if I feel like it, if the Roy's being stupid, but most of the time he's not going to recover like that. I will show you how a true Roy player recovers. Do they do this? They're going to recover low mostly, just like that. Just what the doctor ordered. Boom. So they're mostly going to recover from down here. So if they make it back to ledge, it's obviously Ledgetrap. You send him off stage again. Bam. I swear to God, you air dodge one more time. Why does he? Okay. You only go and edge guard someone when their options are limited. For example, when Roy doesn't have a double jump, then you for sure go for an edge guard. One thing I like to do for sure, let me set him to a higher percent real quick. So 100. I can also edge guard them if they go far. So like I said, if they do not have any options left, if they have to only up B, or if they're pretty far away. So like when Luigi's far away, he has to side B, you can edge guard him. Or when Pikachu's far away and he has to side B, you could predict his timing and then go down here with a downer to hit him as soon as he's done side Bing. So with Roy here, if I'm like, I could do this. So I'm like, back throw, Zair here, and then edge guard. This Zair that I'm doing, I like to do this Zair. So when I do this Zair, notice, it's like a trajectory. It's rising down a hitbox, and then I throw out another hitbox like that, like forward air. So I go back, Zair to cover something, and then hit him. So Zair, he made it back that time. So Zair to why am I fucking it up? So Zair, and then fair. Let me send him a little this way. So Zair. Boom. 2 hitboxes at once, just like with the Ledgetrap. It's very good to do this with characters like Little Mac or Terry, but it is also important to know how your character likes to recover. I'll actually switch to Terry for this example. So when it comes to edge guarding, you have to understand how the character's recovery path is like, okay? So Terry, what he can do is he can crack shoot, then jump and rising tackle. He could down B if he's going high. And sometimes you have to either respect it, or if you feel ballsy, you could time it and hit him. But to try to edge guard your opponent, so like I said, you have to burn their options, see like how they need to recover. Like Terry, we know he has to do a side B into rising tackle. And then obviously like go off stage when they're far. So I'm like this, right? They're gonna crack shoot here. So they're gonna crack shoot right here and rising tackle. Or they might also do this. They're gonna power dunk and then rising tackle. So knowing this, you are able to take advantage and try to hit them and meet them where they are. Like I mentioned earlier, you could try to hit Luigi when he's side B's. Like let's say Luigi is here and he's side B'ing. You hit him. So I'll put this in slow-mo. So right here, if Luigi is side B'ing, you essentially have to meet him and hit him like right like in this area, okay? Like try to meet him because Luigi cannot do anything when he's side B'ing. He's in complete lag. Like I'm pressing all these buttons, there's nothing he can do. So you try to meet where Luigi is going to be at, or if you have a strong disjointed move, something with range, you could obviously hit him during his side B. And or you could, if you're not confident, then you could just try to two-frame him or Ledgetrap. But to edge guard him, you have to try to like, you know, meet where his side B is going to go. So like, let's say I am over here. I'm here. Most likely, Luigi is going to, if you know the Luigi mashup, most likely he's going to double jump inside B again to try to boost his jump height. If you know this, you can obviously try to meet him at his double jump and try to either body block him or try to hit him before he side B's, or you can meet him right here at the ledge. You can, like if Terry's right here, he can try to downer me right here. He's going to meet me at my side B. So there's two ways to edgeguard Luigi there. So like he's side B's here. If he's this far, you know he has to side B again. So he's going to charge inside B. Now, by this logic, let's go back to Terry. So if Terry is going to crack shoot, okay. Oh, just like this. Okay, so he's going to do this. So let's, one more time. So he's going to do burning knuckle. If I don't fumble, obviously. You could hit him with a forward air. Beautiful. Down air. To punish that burning knuckle. You know how their character is going to recover. Now, obviously, every player is going to mix up, but like, if they do try to do this, you can go for an edge guard. It's very easy. You don't have to stick to Ledgetrapping. If you can catch their recovery option. Boom. And it's obvious. It's also going to be very obvious when they're going to use it. Like, if they're far away, like, he's far as fuck right there. He has to side B. Just like how Luigi has to side B, or how Pikachu has to side B. So, one more time. Catch him doing the side B. And then, if you miss, if you obviously miss, then you can just go back to Ledgetrap. And then the concepts that we went over previously. So I'm trying to condition him with down tilt. He neutral gets up, and I just want to grab him for it. So to recap, edge guarding is about going to kill your opponent when they have limited options, when they're far away. And when they're far away, you can obviously do like the falling Zair into like a forward air or down air to throw out two hitboxes. And number 3 is to know how your opponent recovers, or how their character recovers, what options they have to recover. So knowing Terry has to do crack shoot, or knowing that Roy has a double jump, then and he's far away, I can hit him. What's another character? So Duck Hunt. So Duck Hunt, for instance, they can also like protect themselves, right? A character like Duck Hunt or Toon Link, they can throw out a boomerang or a can to try to defend themselves and protect themselves with. You can still edge. They're gonna do that to try to prevent you from edge guarding them, but you could still do it. However, the timing is definitely strict. Like you can, if like there's a Duck Hunt and they're trying to like, if there's a Duck Hunt and they throw like a can like that, and then you do Zair, you could go for a forwarder to try to hit them during their up B. You have to see what moves you can obviously hit, what moves you cannot. Like Rosalina does not have a hitbox on her up B, so you could go off stage. Pit does not have a hitbox on his up B, so you could try to two-frame him or go off stage with a forward air. Same with Duck Hunt. So like you just Zair and then go to try to catch them during their up B to make sure they don't make it back. So that's it on today's video on Ledgetrapping and edge guarding as Luigi and the concept of them. So to recap, Ledgetrapping is about adapting to your opponent's habits when it comes to timings and options and adjusting your ledgetrap to their options. But it is also about the three basic principles, fundamentals, being conditioning and forcing your opponent to pick a timing while also covering an option, okay? It's also about safety, whether it is drift back aerial, repositioning, and not overextending in your ledgetrap and being super committal on it. And number three is obviously reaction, keeping it reactionary and timing. That's Ledgetrap. And for edge guarding, it is about going in when your opponent has burned their options. They have very little to work with. What options they have to recover with. So we've discussed that Duck Hunt has neutral B or Terry has the side B. And we also talked about how you should edge guard if your enemy is far away, and if you can do it, especially when they have a bad recovery, then is your opportunity to shine and try to hit them and intercept them. However, when it comes to a character like Bayonetta or Sonic, you should not really try to edge guard them and instead stick to Ledgetrapping, where you can make your advantage phase shine through there. But that's it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you folks like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.